Did you know that melting Arctic ice is about to completely revolutionize how American cars are manufactured and delivered? While most people view climate change solely as an environmental problem, a silent transformation is happening at the top of the world that could drastically reduce the time and cost of transporting vehicles and automotive parts between Asia and North America. The Arctic route, especially the Northern Sea route along Russia's northern coast, is emerging as a viable commercial maritime corridor for the first time in modern history. Recent data shows this route can reduce travel times between major Asian and European ports by 20 to 40% compared to traditional routes like the Suez Canal. To put this in American perspective, imagine an automotive components shipment leaving Shanghai bound for Detroit that traditionally would take about 35 days via the Suez Canal can now arrive in approximately 25 days using the new Arctic route during summer months. This shift is particularly significant for the American automotive industry, which imports billions of dollars in parts and components from Asia annually. According to U.S. Department of Commerce data, the United States imported more than $145 billion in automotive products in 2023, with a significant portion coming from Asian countries like China, Japan, and South Korea. The time savings isn't just a convenience, it represents a massive cost optimization opportunity. Industry data indicates that each day saved in maritime transport can represent savings of thousands of dollars per container in inventory costs and working capital. For American automakers like Ford, General Motors, and Chrysler, which operate highly time-sensitive just-in-time production systems, this reduction in transit time could mean unprecedented operational flexibility. But the benefits go beyond speed. The Arctic route offers a shorter trajectory, approximately 8,000 nautical miles between Rotterdam and Shanghai, compared to more than 10,500 miles through the Suez Canal. This distance difference translates directly into lower fuel consumption and, consequently, lower greenhouse gas emissions. For an industry under increasing pressure to meet ambitious environmental targets, this reduction in transportation emissions could be crucial for meeting sustainability commitments. General Motors, for example, has committed to being carbon neutral by 2040, while Ford has established similar targets.
Preliminary data suggests that using the Arctic route can reduce maritime transport CO2 emissions by up to 20% for certain routes, a significant contribution to these corporate environmental goals. However, this opportunity doesn't come without substantial challenges. Currently, Arctic route operational costs are 15 to 34% higher than traditional routes, primarily due to the need for ice-reinforced ships, specialized insurance, and ice-breaking fees. This means that for now, only high-value or extremely time-sensitive cargo justifies the additional cost. For the American automotive industry, this creates an interesting strategic dilemma. High-tech components, such as semiconductors for electric vehicles or autonomous driving systems, may justify the premium cost due to their added value and need for rapid replacement. On the other hand, lower-value parts may still be more economical through traditional routes. Seasonality represents another significant challenge. The Arctic route is navigable only during summer and early fall months, typically from June to October. This means American automakers would need to adjust their production schedules and inventory to maximize the benefits of this limited time window. Maritime industry experts project that as ice continues to retreat due to climate change, costs associated with ice breaking and specialized insurance will gradually decrease. Studies from the Arctic Institute suggest that by 2030, the route may become cost competitive with traditional routes for a broader range of cargo. The geopolitical dimension also cannot be ignored. The route passes primarily through Russian waters, creating dependence on a country currently facing significant economic sanctions from the United States and its allies. This raises questions about the long-term reliability and security of this route for American companies. The U.S. Department of Transportation is closely monitoring these developments, recognizing that changes in global trade routes can have significant implications for American industry competitiveness. Department officials indicate they are working with international partners to develop appropriate safety protocols and regulations for Arctic transportation. For American consumers, this change may eventually translate into cheaper cars and faster availability of new models. If automakers can reduce their supply chain costs through the Arctic route, part of these savings may be passed on to consumers in the form of more competitive prices.
The electric vehicle revolution adds another layer of complexity and opportunity. Electric vehicle components, including batteries and sophisticated electronic systems, are frequently manufactured in Asia and have high added value. The Arctic route may make importing these components more viable, potentially accelerating the transition to electrification in North America. Data from the U.S. Energy Information Administration shows that electric vehicle sales in the United States grew 60% in 2023, creating increasing demand for specialized components. The Arctic route may provide the supply chain flexibility necessary to sustain this growth. Looking to the future, the Arctic route represents more than just a transportation alternative. It symbolizes how climate change is redefining global trade in unexpected ways. For the American automotive industry, this offers both opportunities and challenges that will require careful strategic planning and continuous adaptation. Companies that can successfully navigate these changes, balancing the benefits of time and sustainability with the challenges of cost and geopolitical risk, may gain a significant competitive advantage in the increasingly connected and time-sensitive global market. This is a fascinating moment to observe how the intersection of climate change, geopolitics, and technological innovation is reshaping one of America's most important industries. What do you think about this silent transformation happening at the top of the world? How might this affect your next vehicle purchase or your region's economy? Share your thoughts in the comments. It's a conversation worth having as we navigate these transformative changes together.